Welcome all fans. We are back with the online qualifiers for the Manufacturers Cup. My name is Matt Armstrong and I will be your host for today. First, let's take a look at the setup for today's race. The race takes place on Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. We have also raced here in the previous Manufacturers Cup. The car to be driven is the Group 3 car. Unlike the previous Manufacturers Cup, there are no races in Group 4 cars this time. Qualifying will last for the default 5 minutes. The race itself will be for 22 laps. The available tyres are the Racing Soft and Medium Slicks. Both of these compounds must be used. There is no mandatory pit stop, but one stop will be needed due to the tyre requirements. For a nice balance of both tyres and due to the wear of the soft, the logical strategy seems to be 14 laps on the mediums and 8 on the softs. Pace-wise, it should be possible to drive 1 minute 20 laps on the mediums and 1 minute 19 laps on the softs. With all that out of the way, we have one piece of info that is still missing, and that is the manufacturer that is selected for this cup. So let's take a look at that. The choice has gone to Audi.
Wait, what did you say? Audi? What? Why don't you pronounce it Audi? Like a normal person.
I'm sorry, it's the terrible model my voice is trained on. Apparently the A and U always comes out as an O. I even tried to trick the system by trying phonetic versions to no avail. OD, 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 or D, OHD, automatic, OH.
Oh man, what the bloody hell?
So yeah, sorry, it is what it is. Best I can do is use out. So back to what I was going to say. Not all too surprising, he has gone with Audi, seeing Dordenov drives and Audi himself. The R8 was always considered a good-looking and fun car to drive, so now is our chance to see it is competitive as well. Also in his holiday, he has been looking at how to import custom decals into the game to create more personalized liveries. So from now on, it's possible to include actual personalized images in the designs. So let's take a quick detailed look at the livery he created for the Audi. Audi. Pretty decent livery in it, if I may say so myself. Now let's get that R8 onto the track and do some actual racing. Looks like not everything went according to plan, and we have some highlights first. Qualifying in the first race was decent and resulted in a 6th place. Times here are pretty close, so this might be a challenging race. Let's see what we have to report on this race. Dordenov started on the mediums in the middle of the pack. Time will tell if drivers around him have more speed due to starting on the softs. Cars in front are starting a squabble, allowing Dordenov to catch up and maybe even make a move. Due to the Mercedes going off track, Dordanov had some overspeed and more grip, allowing for an overtake in a rather weird spot. But he decided to go for it anyway to prevent the car behind being able to try for an overtake on him instead. We jump to lap 5 where we see Dordanov is closing in a bit on King J just in front. Just like that, he picks up a position due to a mistake from one of the other drivers. We jump to lap 7 where we see him really gain on King J, who looks like he is struggling with his tyres. I know it's a bold move overtaking into turn 1, but King J really did just turn in like Dordanov didn't exist. And of course Dordanov gets shoved off track and King J can just move on like nothing happened. So back down to 5th place and try his best to make up the lost time. 3 laps later we see the AMG in front picking up a penalty. This should slow him down enough to allow the overtake to happen. By now the drivers in 1st and 2nd place have made their pit stops and we can assume they started on the softs, so it might still be possible to gain their positions later on. For now it's into 2nd place and trying to catch back up to King J. We jump to lap 14, the final lap before the planned pit stop. King J is slowly getting reeled in and Dordanov is pushing hard on the last bits of grip before swapping these tyres. Pushed a bit too hard there and the curb unsettled the car and made him lose control. The R8 doesn't really like curbs too much. It tends to bounce off if you are not careful, as is proven here. Luckily he only lost 3 positions, but the drivers who pitted earlier are out of range for sure now. Oh, this does not bode well. This is either a huge lag spike or something even worse. And it was the latter. Internet has been disconnecting regularly the past weeks, and it just crapped out entirely again just now. Even though it was not the best race, there was still hope for at least a decent result. All that can be done now is wait for the next race. Sadly, there are no options to rejoin a race in session. Right, onto the second race then. Quali was more or less the same, resulting in a 5th place this time. nice uneventful start once again. Since these are highlights, let's jump to the first bit of action. We jump to lap 3 where we see the Frenchman in third pick up a penalty. With a bit of luck, Dordanov can also squeeze past. He barely managed, but done is done. A lap later we see the Frenchman behind is still rather close and trying to get his position back. That seemed like a rather dumb dive bomb. Let's take a look from his perspective. Yeah, there was no way he was making that corner without braking on Dord's R8. What a complete and utter bell end.
Bell end.
Now Dord has to rejoin and try not to take anyone out while getting up to speed. Yeah, this does not help at all with major damage and dirty tyres. And there is the nail in the coffin for the race. Frustration and anger got the better of him, trying to quickly get back up to speed. And this is not even the end of his frustration for this race. Let's do a quick compilation. And that's a finish in dead last. Let's quickly forget this one and move on. Let's do a quick compilation of qualifying first. He couldn't quite string the lap together, slightly slower than the previous 2 races. The previous times would have had him around P6 or 7. Hopefully that means the pace is there. We see the first incident just ahead of people going wide and losing places. Up to 8th place already. That's a good start. And now the McLaren pushes off the GTR, he moves up another spot.
Another!
The McLaren driver keeps holding him up, so he needs to find a way past him fast. Sadly didn't work out, but hopefully McLaren driver gets nervous and makes a mistake under pressure soon. It seems like these two were up to something together. Let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, that is not how you safely rejoin the track, of course.
So it's now up to him to re-safe join.
But on the other hand, the BMW was responsible for pushing the Ferrari off after all. Dordenov doesn't mind though that his 2 more places won. Already looking like a very decent result now, he is not on the receiving end of these incidents for a change. From this point on, the McLaren in front is picking up some pace. It turned out he is currently on the softs and finally managed to get them working for him. We will skip forward a bit until his tyres start falling off and Dordenov catches up to him.
Hello, Advent Skip!
Even though the McLaren is in sight in front, there are more pressing matters. The GTR that was pushed off in lap 1 was caught back up very strong pace and is threatening to overtake Dordenov here. At this moment, it's easy to believe the GTR is on softs, or at least a lot quicker. This lag is of course not helping, and also making Dordenov paranoid his internet might be falling off again. Dordenov doesn't want any extra incidents, so he decides to just let him past and will try to hang on to him when he overtakes the McLaren. As it stands now, the GTR will probably make his move at the end of the straight. And there it was. The McLaren has lost quite a bit of pace as well. Let's see if this gives an opportunity. The McLaren decided to yield the position, and with someone in front pitting from soft, Dordanov has now moved up to 4th place. We will once again skip forward a bit to the next action.
The castle is skip.
We now see the next two drivers in front make a stop. They were both on softs as well. But they are quite far ahead, so it's probably not possible to gain those positions. Let's skip forward to Dordanov's pit stop now.
Skip.
The GTR that was in front stopped the previous lap and went from mediums to softs. The GTR is quite a bit in front now and also on the softs. He seems out of reach now, but the AMG directly in front is one of the drivers who has pitted from softs to mediums. There might be an opportunity here to snag that 4th place from him. He turned out to have good pace though, so it will take a while to get closer to him. Let's do a final skip and see if Dordanov can manage the overtake.
Here's the sword of skip.
Just over 2 laps to go and the AMG is firmly in the crosshairs. Mistake from the AMG and Dordanov was able to pull alongside. Luckily the other driver also gave him the room to do so. Nice racing. Now all he has to do is finish this final lap and a half and bring that 4th place home. And there it is. 4th place in the bag. It took 3 races to finally get a decent result. Crappy internet and dirty driving, followed by a lot of mistakes, really made a good result difficult today. But it is done, and that is all that matters. We will see you in the next one.